Okay, then. Newcastle 4, Manchester United 1. And I suppose I can say I told you so. Perhaps I told you so is the right thing to say. I did go with a 3-0 win to Newcastle, and exactly what I expected from the nature of this team. They delivered. They delivered. They actually performed to what my expectations were, because sometimes with this team, it's difficult to predict what the United will show up. But this time, I actually predicted we'd be absolutely atrocious, and they delivered. You know that's what we want. That's what we want. Actually, we want that, but we need it to go the other way. But hey, it's a showing basically today as representation, accuracy in what the significance behind that result really is, right? Completely wiped off the face of the planet in that second half. Like we sort of looked, yeah, okay, we're here, we've turned up, we've showed up, we've put 11 players on the pitch for the first half, going at half time at 1-1, and you think, okay, well, it's a rotated team, right? It's a team with players that you wouldn't really have starting games of football. Yeah, we've got a massive game on Thursday, which I think we'll lose, by the way. Um, and ultimately, you don't expect the world of them. So it looked like, okay, they're giving Newcastle a run for their money, right? Probably the strongest possible selection for Newcastle. Completely understandable. They've literally had the whole week off. They've not got any European competition, um, and they're just going for it. You know, they're chasing Champions League people. That result puts them in the top four. It puts them in the top four. Um, and the fact is that Chelsea, they still have a game in hand over Chelsea, by the way. Chelsea drew their game, so that's them out of top four. Um, and yeah, the second half happened, and the players showed exactly who they were. They showed exactly what the problem is, and it's sort of come to a point now where I don't think we look at this and say, "Hey, it's okay. We'll get to the summer transfer window. We'll sell some of these players, bring some other ones in, and we will be okay." Because now we've got question marks surrounding the manager. We've got question marks surrounding the manager's boss, the manager's bosses, and the directors. We've got questions surrounding the ownership. There's every single aspect of Manchester United Football Club today, right, has got something that needs to be fixed. And most of it needs so much work. So much work. Literally the most unbelievably massive job needs doing to all of these aspects. And we can't sit here and say, well, we can do it all this summer. We will probably need the best part of half a decade to fix half of these issues. But with the board we have, the ownership we've got, and the directionless nature as to how they operate, I don't even see these issues being fixed ever. Forget putting a timestamp on it. This is never getting fixed. It's never going to get better. This is it. This is the end of Manchester United Football Club. Think about it. First year, first year and a half of Ineos, anything they've ever promised or said, oh, this is what we're going to do, they've not done. They've not done. Even the fucking stadium. Even the stadium. The only thing they promised us with that is just a couple of pictures that everyone's like, ooh, ah. And what next? What's after that? They haven't secured the funding for it. They haven't started the building plans for it. They haven't even secured the area, for fuck's sakes, to even make it a reality. And the thing is, right, is for people that looked at that stadium idea and thought that, it feels too good to be true. And the thing is, right, is if something ever feels too good to be true, the likelihood is that it's most definitely too good to be true. It's probably a lie. So off of those pictures, it looks fantastic. It looks wonderful. But when it's built, it's going to be disappointing, like disappointing to look at. It's going to be underwhelming. The team is going to have to struggle regardless, even if it does get better performance wise, because they'll have to pay off the stadium, loading a huge amount more debt onto the club. And ultimately, the revenue for the area, like they're going to transform the whole area of Old Trafford, turn it into like a super park, it's like a super park or something, like Sports City. It's going to have so much going on there that it's going to be generating billions. Like this, it's all a pipe dream, as has been everything else that Ineos has touched since they've come to the club. Everything they've touched, pipe dream. What's that? You want a competitive team? Pipe dream. You wanted us to sign good players, don't worry, we'll just pipe dream. Buy players cheaper and then we'll sell them on the profit. Looks like the only factor that they can at all deliver on. Problem is that they're trying to offer contracts to players, by the way, and one of the players today that was absolutely atrocious in Victor Lindelof, guess what? 120k a week. He earns that. Luke Shaw was a substitute today. Has barely played in a year. Mason Mount barely played. He comes on. Guess what? The number 7 shirt. That's his shirt. That's Mason Mount's shirt number at Manchester United is number 7. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, think about it. Go wind the clocks back 15, 20 years and you read that team out. You're getting the light punched out of you by everybody for thinking that delusionally. Well, delusion's really sunk in now, hasn't it? We wish we were delusional. We wish we could spin endless amounts of positives with the situation, but what channel do we go down to ease ourselves back into reality? Because every corridor now, at the end of it, is the biggest door with disappointment rammed all over it. Literally, yellow tape settings, do not cross this line, is every perceivable future of Manchester United. The only one where there is hope included, and I mean any future, like call Doctor Strange and ask him, how many futures? There's 50 billion futures of Manchester United. Which one does it? How many is it that United get better in, Doctor Strange? One. The only one that this happens to be is the one where Ineos and the Glazers leave, and a different ownership come in as an emergency sale is needed because the finances are fucked for the Glazer Ineos project. That there's no way back for them. They have to get the money in for themselves and get it in fast. Get people in that are loaded with billions, will throw billions at it, and will actually care about the club. instead of care about profits and looking at charts and seeing green on them. Unfortunately, you're seeing green. Well, obviously your mind's gone green because all of your charts are probably just growing ever red. And no, there's not Manchester United reds. They are profit and loss reds, right? The sort of reds that put people out of business, the sort of reds that just ruin livelihoods, the sort of reds that finish football clubs for good. The same reds that have seen clubs like Bury Town disappear and have to be revamped by the local communities. Right, the same type of reds as those. Now we're so much bigger with so much more money, but on the scale of which we have more money, guess what? We also lose that same scale of money. It's just how it is. Just how it is. Big ups to Mr. Joshy J. How we doing? Big up Pot Fuzzy in the chat. Absolutely shambolic performance. Newcastle United would be favourites to win. Smash the likes and subscribe, everybody. 100%. Big ups to you, Joshy J, and big ups to everybody who does smash that like button and do subscribe. Mason Mount was only given the number 7 shirt for PR. Easily the biggest PR disaster in football history. I will challenge everybody on that. Everybody on earth that has a PR disaster, like Vinay, the new CEO of Tottenham Hotspur, right? And by the way, any Tottenham fans that want to come in here and, it's okay. This is a safe space to cry. This is a safe space for you to cry for any Tottenham fans. Vinay, in getting ran the riot act by a bloody fake car saleswoman, is less of a PR disaster than Mason Mount getting a number 7 shirt. Worst season ever in my 25 plus years supporting this football club. Well, factually, it will be, I think, one of the worst, if not the worst, Premier League. Well, yeah, actually it is. The worst Premier League points tally this season. It's confirmed. It is confirmed. Because Ralph Rangnick's disaster season, we finished with 58 points. Guess what? 38 points. There is not 20 points to play for. There is not. We can't physically match it. We are on course to be the worst season in Premier League history. So, yeah, we are witnessing history, Mr. Jossie J. Anthony Herbert, Fuzzy, how are you doing? What the fuck was that today? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm trying to figure out what we've ever done to deserve this. Mate, I just wanted to support a football club that is a football club. I wanted to support a football club. I don't even support a football club. I support a fucking bank. A fucking bank. It's not quite Chelsea Football Club. They're a sperm bank at this point, but fucking just money, profits, losses, everything. Oh, we need to buy cheap and sell expensive. Oh, put the ticket prices up again. Mate, that costs £66 currently, with the indictment that the ticket prices will go up even more, right? They're going to go up even more, and they're trying to justify us losing 4-1 today as a reason to do it. What the fuck are you smoking? That quality on that pitch is an insult to the fucking championship. There are so many teams in the championship that would smoke that United side in the second half of that game. Championship. Wrexham would probably have beaten that. And by the way, Wrexham, they could end up in championship next season. They will be promoted from League One. They are in a less banterous position in terms of table placement than Manchester United as far as a squad quality is concerned. They've got a team capable of beating us. They do. They absolutely do. And we want to say, hey, Leon on Thursday at Old Trafford, yeah, biggest game of the season, we'll do it. No, we won't. Don't kid yourself. We won't do it. We won't do it. You look at that today. There are players, a lot of those players that played today will be featuring on Thursday. And people will say, well, especially with the goalkeeper situation, when I said Bayern should start, yeah, he should start, and he should start midweek. Because, let's be real, howler of a pass, complete and utter waste of time. Maybe the only reason, and maybe we don't know this yet, but we're going to find out, maybe the only reason that Onana plays is because Bayern is exactly the same. It's just a carbon copy. If that's the case, then bring us Tom Heaton, if he's still alive. Better still, people don't sub, don't like or share, just say fuck Man United. Even do that. Throw the comments in. Tell us out of 100, how, on the scale of out of 100, how fucked are Manchester United? Most people would say 100. And the thing is that this is all about the second half. The first half wasn't even that bad. It was just the second half was absolutely atrocious. Xerxes is now injured. So that's Rasmus Højlund deep rooted into that team now. Like, there's gone are the goals for me. Gone are the goals. Ericsson, what is Ericsson's on? About 150,000 pound a week? And that's the shit that Ineos think is okay. And the problem is, right, is I will say to fans, you don't hate Ineos and Glazers enough, right? You don't hate them enough. I hate this team. Everything it symbolizes, everything it represents, everything it stands for. I hate everything about it. The players, the systems, the fucking attitudes. Like it's honestly, it's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. And the thing is we've got board members at this club that don't see this as a problem. They don't. They really, really don't. And they will tell the world, hey, we don't have money to spend in the summer. We're going to struggle. We need to sell to buy. We need to do all. We need to jump through every peripheral hoop there is, right? Just to secure one deal in one position. And then we will parade this deal in the next season, but then completely and conveniently not forget. We will claim we forgot if really pressed, but we'll just brush it under the carpet that all of the other bums in the team that ultimately should not be playing football in tier 1 football ultimately is staying at the club and just getting pay rises and contract extensions. And oh yeah, you can stay. It's like Oprah Winfrey runs the fucking contract situation at the club. You get a contract. Everybody gets a contract. Miss Oprah, just a quick one. You do know that we're about to get relegated, right? Oh, you're still going to give me 100k extra a week? I'm signing up for that. I'll get this club relegated right down to the national leagues. Absolutely, I'll do it. There you go. That's the mentality of Manchester United. Fuzzy, who was your worst player on the pitch today? Well, Victor Lindelof for me. Worst performer on the pitch. Bayern for 3 of those goals could do fuck all with them. Literally. The 4th goal, like, God only knows what he was thinking. Literally, it's just like, you know what? like fuck this up. I can't. I don't want to. Maybe he deliberately did it because he didn't want to start on Thursday. Maybe just maybe he didn't want to start on Thursday, so he was like, "Fuck this! I'm just going to pass them in just so that it forces the manager to bench me again." Because think about it, we've got one calamitous goalkeeper that's just been given the green light from one mistake today from the goalkeeper that played today. Like we're finished. So that's technically. Think about it like this: from the team that played today, here are all the positions that we need to sign a player for, and how many, perhaps how many we'd need. So goalkeeper, we need at least two goalkeepers. So the back three of Mazraoui, Lindelof, and Joro. Mazraoui's not really a centre back; he's more of a wing back slash um, full back. So he's not really somebody you say, yeah, you're going to play here permanently now. So another centre back, replacement to Lindelof. We need a one that covers Lisandro Martinez. So that's actually three centre backs that we need at the very least. Luke Shaw, who's being utilised as a centre back, will end up leaving. So you could say four, and Harry Maguire. I mean, it's Harry Maguire. Let's just be real. He's not systematically attuned to this team. So actually, the Amorim system with the back three needs five. It is five centre backs, and the defence is not actually the worst third of the pitch for Manchester United. It's not. It really isn't. The attack is a massive problem, and the midfield is a massive problem. The defence is the least of our worries, yet Amorim system's probably going to need five signings for the centre backs. Five. Why? Why? What is life? Why am I here? Why am I supporting a club that needs five centre back signings just to plug the fucking gaps in this team to stop us to actually fight against potential relegation next season? Five centre backs. That is fucked. That is so fucked. Midfield. So the two wing backs actually. Patrick Dorgu. Okay, sure. You can stay put. Backup or the actual experienced wing back. Don't have one. So there's the left wing back that needs a position. Right wing back. Dallo ain't good enough. He's got to be replaced. Amad Diallo probably is going to get utilised more as a 10 than a wing back. So we need another right wing back, and there's no genuine backup really, unless you force Mazraoui to play in that position. There's no attacking option, so actually you need a second one to give you more depth in that side of the pitch. So there's three total wing backs that need to be signed. So now we're up to 8 players, right? 8 players, and that's just across 1/3 of the pitch technically, because we do play actively as a back five at the moment. 2 midfielders. Agate is going to have to remain as one of the options. Eriksen's got to be replaced, so there's one. Casimir's got to be replaced, that's 2. We need a third one for the sake of depth. So that's 3 extra signings for the midfield. Toby Collier is coming through into the first team to get more experience. Kobe Mainu probably will play further forwards. So there's 3 players there that we need signing for the midfield 2 positions. Plus, then maybe dependent on what the injury situation ends up being, we may need more. The 2 number 10s. We enter the third of the pitch where Ineos decided it would be a smart idea to offload players and not actually bring replacements in. And they don't need to sign permanents. You can just sign loan deals. Just plug the gaps. Give a bit of options. Depth. alternative. Just present something, for crying out loud. So in the tens, Garnacho is showing not to be that. Is not showing not to be good enough. He got a goal today, but still, he's not showing himself to be Manchester United grade. So you can say Garnacho replacement. We'll need to try and sign. Fernandez plays either 10 or the 8s, but somebody to fill over on the right hand side. So there's another one. Depth option for the left hand side. That's 2 or 3 overalls for the 10s. You could then, well, I think Amad Diallo playing as the other option. So that's just to get one backup option, by the way. Just one backup option to the starter in those positions. You still need to sign 3 players for 2 positions. Well, Ineos won't do that. Oh, and then the striker position. Rasmus Højlund ain't good enough. He's gone. Xerxes won't lead the line. He's got to have a more experienced striker ready to start now. There's 2 signings, and then for the sake of depth, you need a third player there. Whether you want that to be Chida Robbie or whether you want to sign a player of inexperience but with good potential to be the understudy to the Xerxes and then the other player that we bring in with experience. There are so many players. So we've counted 2 goalkeepers, 5 centre backs, 3 wing backs. So we're up to 10. Another 3 midfielders, 13. Another 3 for the attacking midfield positions, 16 signings. And then another 3 for the striker. We are 19 signings away, ladies and gentlemen. 9 fucking team. How the hell does Manchester United get back to any point of relevance? We need 19 signings. How is this gonna work? How is this gonna work? Ineos can barely get they can't even get close to double digits. So obviously you can't do this in one summer transfer window. You probably would need to try and stretch it out or to compress it enough to fit it into 3 or 4 windows. We can't really count January transfer window because nobody in Manchester United's last decade wants to do business in January because they always say, well, we're saving it for the summer. We're saving it for the summer when the big money comes through. No, you need to spend it now. You need to spend it now. And if you can't afford it, guess what? There are loan fees that you can pay for players that can actually secure you better funding in the summer because per position in the Premier League, finishing wise, apparently accounts up to £3 million on the total prize earnings. £3 million per placement in the table. Well, we could very much lose ourselves over the next couple of weeks. £9 million total worth of revenue. Well, there's one, even a loan fee. That you're missing out on that. Well, even if you don't have that much money, you can. There's always something that money can go towards. If you've got £1 in your pocket, that £1, there is something out there that you can spend that £1 on. But Ineos, they're not interested in that. They don't care. They don't want to spend money. They don't want to spend money. They'd rather sack people and save money. That's the plan. That's the master plan of Ineos. You save money to save yourself. What in football? What's everybody else not doing? Saving money. They don't do it because they need to lower spending costs. They don't do that. No club does that. No football club goes out of its way to say, yeah, we're not going to spend because we've got to save money. You're not trying to fucking, nitpick with deals like you do in your Sainsbury's shop. You're not shopping in Sainsbury's, guys. You're shopping in fucking football markets. You're meant to try and sign players. Yeah, you're meant to try and make your club competitive. But you're not here to make it competitive. You're here to make a fucking profit. Fill your pockets, guys. Line them. I mean, the Glazers fill their pockets with blood money, so there's that. Then you've got Ineos that try to just make oil money, but then, oh, look at all of this money. We're not going to spend any of it. We're just going to keep it in a pot somewhere and leave it and hope that everybody forgets about the fact that there is billions, literal billions there to be spent. Just don't ignore it, guys. Ignore it. Just billions, just casually sat there. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. Focus on the broke accounts there and, oh, we don't have any money to spend, guys. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Mate, we're so dusted. We're so dusted. Leon will look at that today and I'll think we've got this on Thursday night. Mate, fucking Matic, right, is probably telling them, well, there you go, guys. Look at that result. Look at the way they played. It's so simple. Just go there and play your game. And do you know what? Just go and have fun. Literally, you can have a bit of a joke around. You can have a joke around with this team, and it won't. It will pull every punch, right? It won't try to land a punch on you. Yeah, just have fun. Do an Anthony spin if you really fancy it. Take the piss. Take the absolute piss. They could run rings around us if they so choose to. They could. They could. Newcastle could have put 10 past us if they so fancied it. They did not have to work hard. They didn't have to work hard today. They played in first gear. They stuck the car in reverse and still finished ahead of Man United. Crazy stuff. Roy Keane was saying after the game, United need to recruit better players next season. But he can only see 4 or 5 players coming in next season. Well, yeah, he's right. United do need to recruit better players next season. And there will only be 4 or 5 players that come in. And we'll still be short next season. And we'll still lose every game. Well, the thing is, right, is we need to start looking at the hysterical comment as we could say, Manchester United getting relegated. That's a fallacy. That's just people when they say United get relegated. We could say right now, right this second, it's hysteria talking, right? It's exaggeration, it's emotion, it's just a reaction, right? We could say that. But think about it. If the problems we have now with a board that does not seek incentive to be absolutely desperate to fix the problems, they will sit back and they will go at they'll go at their own pace, and they just do not care what the end result will be. They will try and sign cheap players, right? And try and work these players up to be, sellable in the future for profit. The problem is that they don't plan for what the fallout on the pitch will be. Again, it's just people looking at a spreadsheet. They don't look at what's actually happening in front of them. They just look at graphs and think, well, this graph suggests that if you do this, this will work. But then every time you apply that graph or any of the graphs, the result's always negative because you're not actually looking at the information and then looking at the pitch and going, right, let's see if I change this here and change that there and change this bit here, right? Now let's see what happens on that graph now. Oh, so, okay. They don't look at what's on the pitch. They don't see what's going on. They just look at the graph and think, is good or is bad. That's it. It's as simple as that. Keane also said, if I was United, I'd put the new stadium on hold and sort this mess out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Screw the new stadium. Screw the new stadium. Why build a stadium for a dead team? People talk about, oh, it's going to bring loads of revenue. Fuck it. Half the stadium will be empty. This new stadium will be half empty. Where are all the fans gone? You drove them away, you pricks. You absolute see you next Tuesdays. The fucking lot of you just scheming your way to build this super Wembley of the North. I mean, why have you titled it Wembley of the North? The only sellout crowds you will get at this new stadium is for the NFL. The only sellouts. Is it going to be the NFL stadium of the United Kingdom? Or is it meant to be the home of Manchester United Football Club? Because gone will be any significance of Manchester United by the time we move into that new stadium. It would be so insignificant, and the income, if we really suffer that much and end up getting punished that much, yeah, and the deterioration of this team gets to such a point, guess what? Sir Jim Ratcliffe is complaining about operational costs now. Guess how much it's going to cost you to run your football club on half of that income? Guess how easy that's going to be? You'll be crying. You'll be crying. You're stressed now. You'll be crying later. You'll be begging for it to stop. But that's what you want. That's what Ineos wants. A big ups to Lawrence Watkins. Unlucky with your result today, by the way. I think you should have got them. I think you should have got Liverpool. Yeah. They're a bit sluggish. A little bit sluggish today. Had an opportunity today. Come on, Fuzzy. Cheer up, mate. Donna Cullen was waiting for you over there in the mud, mate. Mate. So you can stay out of my fucking swamp, I'll tell you that much. I'll be Shrek. I will be Shrek. I will tell everybody. My Manchester United swamp, stay out of it. I'll be antisocial as all hell with it. This is my plot. But big ups to you, Michael. Hope all is well with you. Unlucky today, Lawrence. West Ham didn't play that bad. Could have been a draw today. And we outplayed Liverpool in the second half. We are going into the right direction for the next season. Need a little more attacking players. Don't worry, Lawrence. You'll overtake us. You'll overtake us before the end of the season. The thing is, right, is we're on course to finishing bottom of the bottom of the non-relegation positions, fourth from bottom, right? 17th place is on the cards for United. Drew Lawrence, I think you need a striker that gets you 20 goals. Well, there goes the chance of selling Rasmus Højlund to him. Jesus. Can't sell Rasmus Højlund if you want a 20 goal a season striker. You'll be lucky if our striker gets even a tenth of that. Gets 2 goals. Like most of the Premier League has outscored Rasmus Højlund. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a goalkeeper that's outscored him this season. Or presents more GA. I genuinely think there's a plausible case that maybe there's a goalkeeper that has a higher GA this season in the Prem than Rasmus Højlund. Someone like an Edison or something like that. I wouldn't put it past the realms of possibility. I wouldn't put it past it. But yeah, as a whole, just the overall state of this club. Fuzzy had a message from Tom. he got attacked by a couple of he-she's. He's fucking just got a black eye. Did he get a plunger stuck on his head or something? That's the story he's that could be the story he's pushing, but maybe he went to a pub and one of his mates stuck a toilet plunger on his head, and he's been struggling for hours to get it off, and has been running into everything. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's gone on there. God, do you know what? I want to do that so badly. I do want to get a toilet plunger and just plug it onto someone's head and just watch them struggle to get it off. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it if they could do that. It's one thing to tick off the bucket list. Toilet plunge. A bald head. That'd be great. But yeah. Anyways. So there's not really much else to say about the game. I mean, one thing that we can say about the unity of the team, just to underline how united Manchester United is when Amas is making his first Premier League start, I think, and this guy's getting bullied by fucking 32-year-old centre backs that are built like brick shithouses, pushing him around and getting up in his face, and the only person to actually care that one of their teammates, their young kid teammates, is getting bullied, right, and abused, is a 19-year-old Lenny Yoro. Nobody else gave a shit. They're watching it happen. They're just like, oh, well, sucks to be him, right? Sucks to be him. It's honestly, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just nobody cares enough about football at Manchester United. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. I would love to do that as well, Fuzzy. I'm sure loads of people would. It's one of those that needs must. Like sticking things into a microwave to watch them explode. I don't know what. Personally, I've never tried doing things like that, but I know there's people out there that just love the idea of blowing things up in a microwave. Don't know why. Bit of a weird thing, but it is what it is. Also, by the way, the real Bruno Fernandes did play. Not Bruno Fernandes. The real Bruno played today, right? But the real Bruno's the Brazilian one, and wears a black and white striped top. The fake Bruno plays for Portugal and was wearing a red top today. If there's ever a Bruno that you'd want in your team, I mean, fuck it, Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes looked like fucking Lionel Messi today. Like, we just elevate the competition. We elevate the competition. We show them in a light that's way better than what they actually are. Remember, Fuzz, I'm your top mod at to kick out troublemakers in here tonight. Did you kick Lawrence out? You kick Lawrence, Michael, and Mr. Joshy J. Just boot everybody and just permaban them all. Just everybody that comments is getting insta-banned by Anthony. Can you imagine? I could comment in there and I'd get banned. I'll get banned off the channel and the screen would just go black. The stream would end. The channel would just self-implode into a black hole. But but yeah. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section if you're watching in playback, what your thoughts about the club are in the comment section. What road does Manchester United go down to survive, just to exist, to continue existing? Because it feels like the options have diminished. The possibilities of a progressive Manchester United side are dissipating, and there's nothing left for us to savour or to look forward to in the future. It's all just a very gloomy, it's like a gloomy weather. It's like the next week of weather, right? Every single day has got rain forecasted for it. Every single day. Absolutely crazy. My phone broke. Oh. How did that happen? How did you break your phone, Anthony? Put it in the comment section as to why your phone's broken. I'm gonna I'm gonna jump off now because my head is hurting from having to think about this team and this performance today. I I want to not have my head hurting anymore. So I'm going to give it a bit of a rest. I'm on my tablet. Well, hey, at least if you ever do your streaming on your tablet, at least that one's that one will function better. Should do StreamYard in more on your tablet than on your phone, if anything. But yeah, anyways, that's all for tonight, guys. Big ups to everybody that's tuned in, everybody that's watched, everybody that's smashed the likes and subscribed. If we had anybody that's subscribed, if you haven't, then why not? But but yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. You'll become my favourite. You'll make tolerating Manchester United that just bit more tolerable, and yeah, you'll make me feel better. So if you can, please do, because I need you. Like what's her face? Bonnie Tyler needs a hero. I need subscribers, and I need subscribers. I need some love. I need some support. But I'm feeling these weak. But yeah, take care, people. I'll probably run something by, or a few shows by in the week. Of course, the good, the bad, and the ugly should be back for Wednesday, as Tont should be back in the country by then. Fingers crossed he is. And yeah, so expect some shows in the week. And yeah, we'll speak to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday nights, and into the new week we go. And also, just to piss Anthony off, guess what? I've got days off. Fuck's sake, Fuzzy. Fuck's sakes. Got more time off. Buy them, Fuzzy. Oh, yeah, I need to do what Tony's done. I need to do a taunt and buy subs. That's it. That's what I've got to. Buy them for good rates. But anyways, take care, people. Speak to you all again soon. And lastly, but certainly not least, Glazers and Ineos out. Get the fuck out of my club, you bunch of blood sucking